again from a very sick Felipe. Now, in this video, I wanted to show you how you can start a library when you only have the proxy files, and later on is when you're gonna receive your original files. Of course, there is a couple of different ways that we can do this, and the biggest challenge here is doing transforms on the video while you're editing in Proxy, and getting those transforms to translate correctly to the correct size of your original media. But I'm going to show you a hack that you're going to laugh. So let's start with the method that I personally use. And I mean, you don't need to do this way, but I do it. Let's see if you're going to like it or not. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. It definitely helps out. Let's take a look now on the computer. All right, so here I have just my proxy files. These are some sample files from my trip to Crete. I have all my proxy files here, okay? They are all 1080p. I'm gonna open my library. And of course, on Final Cut, you don't have an option to simply import proxy files and then later on link to the originals, right? You have to import the originals. So what I do is I duplicate my proxies into a folder where my originals would go. And of course, I'm gonna just rename them here. I'm gonna remove the proxy and just leave as if it would be the original file names. And now I can import that original folder. So here it is, my files. They are all 1080p, like I said, although my original files that are gonna come later, they are 8K and 4K. So you can imagine that that's gonna cause some headache, right? So I'm gonna come here and I will relink proxy media. Yeah, yes. And I'm gonna point to my proxy folder. You see, they all link, no problem. And I'm gonna work on my proxy mode. Okay, I'm gonna create here a new project, test. And there are a couple of things that I wanna do here. I want to use from this point to here, but on this one, I want to do a crazy scale here that we only look at this hill. We don't need this video. Now, the beginning of this video here, I want to have just Anna and I. So I will scale this to have us here. Okay, so you see that I'm altering scale and position to be very complicated. Now I will use the end of this clip here. And I will, oops, not exactly where I want to zoom. I want to zoom here on her face. So here it is, her face. Okay, not perfect. And the last one that I want to do is I want to have a nice close-up here of this dessert. Okay, so this is the edit that I've done. Everything was in proxy mode, right? So remember here where we have our scale, right? This one has just a hill and a little bit of the water on the bottom left. On the next one here is Anna and I. There is a little bit of space above my head, a little bit of space under my shoe. And here is just her face. And then here close up of the food. Now, let's get our original media finally that we received for whatever reason late. So I'm gonna replace that in my original folder. Okay, and we're gonna see that all of my proxies are gonna go offline. Okay, but my original will be online. And now you see that my original has the correct size, right? 4K, and then here I have 8K, 8K, and then 8K. Now I will, at this point, if you want to continue working with proxy, you're gonna have to relink it. So I'm gonna relink my proxies. And the problem that we all know is, look at this. Now the scaling is all not good. It's not correct. And you're all gonna laugh of what is the actual way to get around this and fix it very easily. You close Final Cut and you reopen Final Cut. And then magically, we're going to have everything the way it's supposed to be. There it is. My original media, that is my 4K here for the drone, is in the correct place. Here, the one for my other drone shot, correct. Also the 4K. Here it is, the 8K, also correct. And finally another 8K, also correct. So this is actually my workflow hack of how to start a library if you only have the proxies and then later on replace with your original media. Now, of course, a good work environment is always that one in which you can actually plan and have everything happen the way it's supposed to happen. So for example, if someone is shooting on location and sending you proxies because the originals will take very long time to upload, you could ask them to create the library for you. So they import the originals there, they link to the proxies and send you the library that already has that done. So then you wouldn't need to be doing this type of hack. Of course, I do understand that this is not always possible. Therefore, this hack that I just showed you. So I hope it has been useful for you. If it has been, please subscribe, like, and share this video, and I see you on the next one.